in this next video, we're going to take a look in to see what's going on with our U.S. Navy SEALs. Is it a possibility they've been being attacked? This video here is titled, Have UFOs Attacked the U.S. Navy SEALs in Antarctica? Now, nothing has come across our path that I've seen yet. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen now. There's been some reports coming out of Antarctica of different things, sightings, different mysterious and unexplained things down there that we haven't yet identified. But them being attacked, it's interesting. So we're going to get into this video and see possibly what's going on. So if you're new, come on, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, join the family, and hit that like button for more content. Let's check it out.
Despite all probes and ultra-modern space telescopes, we have not yet succeeded in confirming the existence of extraterrestrial life.
Yet.
Well, at least officially. Because behind held hand, it is whispered for a long time that the governments already know for many decades about the existence of our extraterrestrial neighbors. But also apart from these critical circles, it is certain that already some mysterious formations in the universe were tracked down, which simply cannot be arranged into a known context. But what do we know about those mysterious objects? And why are some people rock solidly convinced that the US military has already engaged in a violent battle with aliens in Antarctica? Today, let's bridge the gap between rumors and reality and get to the bottom of this gripping topic. But before we start, you are still briefly asked, do you believe that extraterrestrial life exists? Is it conceivable that the evidence for it is deliberately concealed from the public? Feel free to press the like and subscribe buttons and write your thoughts on this topic in the comments below. And now, let's get started. Puzzling visit. On October 19, 2017, modern space exploration was enriched by a significant milestone. For the first time in history, experts managed to observe an object in the solar system that was clearly classified as interstellar. Brief explanation. In astronomical research, the word interstellar describes objects that are located in space far from the stars and not gravitationally bound to a star. After the discovery of the Oumuamua by the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii, a central question had to be answered. What is our interstellar visitor actually about? Well, in the first moment, this mystery seemed to be solved quickly. The investigation of the orbital properties led to the conclusion that we are dealing with a classic comet. The problem? A detailed analysis could not reveal a characteristic tail, so that Oumuamua was henceforth considered an asteroid. However, that was only the prelude to a series of mysterious discoveries which are still making waves today. Strange observations. First, there is the trajectory. When the researchers discovered the interstellar body, it was already about to leave our home system. However, during its journey around the sun, the object underwent a strange orbital deflection, which immediately...
Now, my question is, how do we miss that? Like, it's already been in orbit around our sun, and it's leaving. And we're just now catching it with all these satellites we supposedly have. You know what I mean? Let some people tell it they ain't monitoring anything, and NASA ain't really a real thing. Ain't it really a space agency? Listen, I hear both sides of it, bro. I don't just tune people out. I hear both sides of it. But when you hear them say that we didn't detect this until it was leaving, you kind of want to believe them sometimes with saying, okay, what are we doing here?
Its journey around the sun, the object underwent a strange orbital deflection, which immediately caused a lot of guesswork. Oumuamua slowed down a little bit more than the pure force of gravity would have allowed. To explain this maneuver, the experts referred to the so-called outgassing of volatile components. The problem? Such a process is normally accompanied by a significant change in the rotational behavior. However, this could not be proven in the case of Oumuamua. Furthermore, no dust particles could be detected in the immediate vicinity of the body. A circumstance which permits the assumption that Oumuamua possibly consists completely of metal. The investigation of the unusually strong brightness fluctuations indicates again that the structure possesses a cigar-like form and does not turn around one of its main axes, but literally tumbles by the universe. So, against the background of these strange characteristics, one question remained. What is Oumuamua about in detail? Well, for the Israeli-American physicist Avi Loeb and his colleague Shmuley Bailey, the answer to this question was quite obvious. However, for this, we have to say goodbye to the idea that the object has a natural background. A daring thesis. In fact, if one were to pull together all the information gathered, one thing would be indisputable. Oumuamua's properties perfectly match the characteristics of an object that is both extremely thin and large in size.
Okay.
In view of the observed orbital deviation and the lack of dust formation, the scientists hypothesized that we could be dealing with the artificial solar sail of an extraterrestrial species. Thus, the alien civilization would have sent its estimated 0.3 to 0.9 millimeter thin structure for research purposes into our solar system.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily mean a life form has to be in there, but it could have came from another life form. You know what I mean? From whatever universe or galaxy they're from, it could have been sent. You know what I mean? We always looking for something to be inside of it, and we're missing the bigger picture. A lot of the questions are, okay, are they analyzing us? Are they studying us? Are they sending things here to learn about us or understand where certain things are, resources? This could be something like that.
Millimeter thin structure for research purposes into our solar system. Who believes now that the remaining experts dismissed this theory immediately as nonsense? Cut himself. But in fact, Oumuamua already came into the sights of the radio telescope at the Green Bank Observatory in December 2017 to officially put the thesis of artificial origin to the test. Open questions. So it was that the interstellar visitor came under close scrutiny over a 2-week period. However, at the end of the research series, a result stood, which might have been extremely sobering for most alien enthusiasts. No evidence of radio signals of artificial origin could be found. But does this mean that the mystery of Oumuamua is solved? No, not at all. Apart from the fact that the spaceship thesis remains for many people, we can still only speculate about the true background of the missile. A theory which enjoys at present of a large agreement is that of the galactic iceberg. According to it, we could have here a nitrogen ice fragment of a distant planet, which was blown off 500 million years ago in the context of an impact. The remarks of Jennifer Bergner of the University of California strike into quite similar notch. The researchers suppose that Oumuamua could be a water ice containing comet at the end, which changed however drastically because of its long journey by the interstellar space. This could also explain the strange speed boost that the structure experienced during its flight around the sun. Various tests showed that cosmic rays can change water ice. In the case of Oumuamua, the theory goes, hydrogen was released as a result, giving the object its unexpected thrust. A question of accessibility. But even in this case, it is only a theoretical speculation. To find out once and for all what Oumuamua is, one would have to examine the missile at close range. But since the object is moving away from us at a speed of 26.3 kilometers per second, such an undertaking is still a distant dream. By way of comparison, the fastest current spacecraft, the Voyager 1 probe, travels through space at a maximum speed of 16.6 kilometers per second. However, it could be possible to reach Oumuamua in a few years. The scenario envisions igniting the solid fuel engine of a probe so that the spacecraft is literally hurled out of the solar system. Even if such a maneuver is successfully implemented, it would still take another 16 years before the probe reaches Oumuamua. Aliens in Antarctica.
That's the frustrating part, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like I always say, bro, when you're dealing with space or you talking about going out, just throw time out the window, fam. Just throw it out the window.
Oumuamua. Aliens in Antarctica. Forgotten civilizations, secret Nazi bases, and of course, aliens. In certain circles, Antarctica has long been suspected of hiding almost unbelievable secrets that have nothing to do with the glaciers and ice deserts we know. In detail, the eternal ice is said to have once served as the home of an extensive alien colony, the evidence of which is said to be visible to this day in the form of unique structures. In addition, numerous satellite images want to show us crashed spaceships and the remains of large landing sites. But once assumed that our extraterrestrial neighbors have really spread on the frosty continent. Why then?
And see, the thing about that is, yes, it could be aliens and different things out there that they have colonies and stuff like that, but it also could be them trying to throw the scent off for something that the government is doing. You know what I mean? So I've always been hesitant about, you know what I mean, the information coming out about Antarctica, man, because it could be just a cover-up. A lot of things could be a cover-up. You know what I mean? So that's the hard part of judging a lot of this stuff. Now, you can't deny what your eyes see and what things are caught on camera and different things like that up in space. But in Antarctica, yeah, I'm still somewhat skeptical about some of the things I hear. So I take them all with a grain of salt and make my own observation.
Extraterrestrial neighbors have really spread on the frosty continent. Why then did it not come yet to a meeting between us and the visitors from space? Well, if one follows a persistent theory, such a meeting already took place long ago. However, it would not have been a peaceful establishment of contact, but around a large military argument, with which our species pulled in the short one in the long run. Operation High Jump. But first things first. In December 1946, the U.S. Navy decided to send a fleet of nearly 5,000 troops and numerous ships to Antarctica. Officially, the goal of the so-called Operation High Jump was to study the south of the continent and the surrounding waters more closely than ever before. It was also intended to test the suitability of the American equipment under extreme conditions. Ultimately, however, the mission was to be aborted prematurely as the weather conditions deteriorated visibly and there were concerns about ever greater material damage. Unofficially, however, it is rumored that the Navy became involved in an unexpected conflict that it simply could not win.
Now, how does something like this, well, back then, long time ago, in today's time though, no, nothing like that can't go down without it being blasted across social media. I wish we had social media back in some of the times where a lot of this footage come from or different things happen, allegedly. Like if we had social media back then, I think we'll have the answers that we all know we want, whether or not they exist. We would have that answer. And that's why I think social media is going to be the one that lets us know whether or not they're out there. You know what I mean? I think that's what's going to end up happening because you can't hide from a camera these days.
Became involved in an unexpected conflict that it simply could not win. The background of the planned Operation High Jump 2 seems even stranger. This was actually supposed to be completed in 1950, and although the preparations were fully completed, the troops, the ships, and the equipment were all ready. The undertaking was to be unexpectedly put on hold a few weeks before the launch date. Officially, this was for cost reasons. Unofficially, because the fear of another defeat on the battlefield was too great. Mysterious recordings. However, this is by no means to have been the only encounter between humans and aliens in Antarctica. For example, images have been circulating the web for some time that purport to show us the US Navy taking out an alien spacecraft in Arctic waters. Supposedly taken in March 1971 aboard the submarine USS Trepang, the shots show us an elongated object hovering near the surface of the water. In the following photos, we see how the object makes a U-turn and sinks steeply into the sea. In detail, the incident took place somewhere between Iceland and the island of Jan Mayen, which lies about 500 kilometers east of Greenland. If one follows the story, the UFO sighting happened by chance when the US Navy was in the region as part of a routine military expedition. After Officer John Killica spotted the flying something through the periscope, he received orders to sink it after consulting with his superiors. But what do you think about the mysterious footage? Are they authentic or are they fake? And what do you think about the discovery of Oumuamua? Is the alien hype justified? Or are we dealing with an ordinary natural missile in the end? Get busy and write us your thoughts about today's video in the comments below. Don't forget to leave us a like and a subscription to stay up to date from now on. And
yeah, I don't know. That old Oumuamua, that thing is viral. We've seen it across several different videos, man. I don't know what to make of it, but it just don't feel like it's just a piece of space debris or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I want to be like, man, we need to send something to it and just, you know what I mean? Just research it, attach something to it, send something to it that we can attach and study and then drill into it, get some samples, understand what we're dealing with, and make sure that it's nothing, you know what I mean, unidentified, extraterrestrial, whatever. You know what I mean? And that still isn't 100% sure. Oh, they got it disguised, in my opinion, if that's what it is. It's disguised to look like space debris now. So who knows, man? I don't know. It makes you sound a little bit delirious talking about this stuff. And it used to bother me in the beginning, but now it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know if I'm becoming numb to a lot of things, man. And I just don't believe what people are telling me anymore. I don't know, man. It's a weird feeling, but I've embraced it. I've certainly embraced it. But y'all get at me in the comment section, though, man, and let me know what y'all thought of this video. So have UFOs attacked the U.S. Navy SEALs in Antarctica? I guess we'll never know until somebody, I don't know, writes one of those tell-all books. All right? But y'all stick around and stay tuned, man. Until the next one, I'm gone. Peace.